Okay, so today I've decided to show everybody how to make what I would call mother-in-law approved ribs. In fact, this afternoon she's coming over for dinner and I picked up some ribs and this is how I usually make them. First off, you gotta make a rub. So I have a series of spice powders. If one's missing, I don't necessarily run out to the store and go get it. If you have it, use it. Otherwise, salt and pepper and maybe some garlic powder works fine. So we're gonna just kind of add liberally. I have 2 large racks of ribs, so I'm gonna need a fair amount. So I don't really ever measure, but I kind of add the same amount of each. So the first one was chili powder. Then we have garlic powder going in, paprika, onion powder, and some celery salt. So we give that a shake or a stir. Then we need some salt. And we're kind of running a little on pepper, so I'm going to add basically the rest of that. So at the end here now, I kind of just taste my fingers. And it's tasting pretty good. I think I'm going to just add some more salt. And finally we're going to add some sugar. Some brown sugar. We're going to mix that in. Alright. So now, the next stage is, now that we have a rub, we have to prep our ribs and get it ready for, so we can, yeah, that's it. Okay, so now all I've basically done is just taken the ribs out of the package. They look fairly clean. There's not a lot of visible fat on these ones, so I don't have to do too much tailoring to them. However, I do have to remove this silver skin. That's what they call it. If you were to cook it with it on, it really never really cooks. Now these are pork back ribs, so what I do is I kind of start it with my fingers, and then I get a paper towel. You just get a much better grip, and you just peel it off the best you can. A lot of times it comes off in a full rip, but it's not so bad if that happens. You just kind of you don't really need a knife to do it. You just peel it off. Should be just using this. The last little bit here. Alright, so there we go. We got 2 nice clean racks of ribs. We have a dry rub. So we're just going to take that and get rid of that. With the dry rub, you're just going to kind of liberally coat it. Once it's in the dry rub stage, you can we're gonna be foiling it up, and then you can let it sit in the fridge for overnight or whatever. It'll just be that much better. In this case, we're just simply gonna dry rub it and then put it into the oven. We're gonna put it into the oven at about 170 degrees for about 2 hours, and then we're gonna give them a check, and then We're going to see how much longer they need to go from there. And we'll get both sides. Alright, yeah, so basically they are ready to get foiled, and I'm just going to wash my hands and we're going to foil them. So of how much of the spice rub and sugar rub I put in there, that's pretty much what I have left. I've liberally covered them. I've just kind of cleaned the counters. It's been about 5 minutes. You can see the salt is starting to draw, you know, some of the moisture out, and what we're going to do is to hold the moisture in. We're going to foil them up and put them in the oven for about 2 hours at a very slow temperature. Oven for quite a long time, and just slowly douse them. I don't know why. I just want to cook them slow. Most of the time I'll cut the racks into two. I'll just cut right down one of the bones, and it's a little easier to see. To save cooking time, just wanted to start keeping an eye on it. I think usually around after 2 hours. In the pan we go. I should have cut these. Anyways, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna just cook it.